But Baruch Hashem. We'll start off with a little bit of halachot of Chanukkah, basic halachot. If anyone has questions about halachot, please ask, and then we'll talk a little bit more to understand the inner, the essence, B'ezrat Hashem. Chanukkah, everyone knows at the time of the Greek Empire, conquered the world, influencing the world, the Hellenists, gigantic movement of thinking, of culture, sports, beauty, all kinds of beautiful things that they brought to the world. In this conquest, they wanted to conquer Yerushalayim and conquer Am Yisrael, and subjugate Am Yisrael to their way of thinking, to their way of living. We know that they conquered Yerushalayim, they came into the Beit HaMikdash. They didn't destroy the Beit HaMikdash. This wasn't the Romans. This wasn't a nation that's here to kill you, as if. We're here to upgrade you. We're here to educate you, to enlighten you, to show you what real beauty is, what real appreciation is, competition, sports, etc. This is a deep war that Am Yisrael had with the Greeks, where the Greek nation, when they came to Am Yisrael, they told Am Yisrael that we forbid you from keeping Shabbat, we forbid you from doing Brit Milah, we forbid you from Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh means from having a system that sets the time, the months, and we'll see why. And this mission that they were on, that seems to be a mission of enlightenment, of education, of upgrading, as if, is that the Torah calls v'choshech al pnei tehom. When the Torah says, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, v'haaretz et hatov v'avohu v'choshech al pnei tehom. There was a darkness on the pnei, on the surface, on the face of the tehom. This deep darkness is a reference to the Greek and Hellenist movement, the Greek Empire. This empire that aims to lighten the world, to educate the world, to uplift the world, to advance the world, as if the Torah calls it deep darkness, choshech al pnei tehom. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu helped and Am Yisrael had a victory, as we're going to see, when the Chashmonaim, a little group of Kohanim, of priests, decided to rise up against this massive, unbelievable, sophisticated, advanced army that conquered the world, talking about a world empire. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu was with them, and they win. And they win. And we celebrate, and we're going to see what this means. We celebrate because we know, we said this a million times, we'll say this B'ezrat Hashem more, that the holidays, the Yamim Tovim of Am Yisrael, are not historical memorials where we celebrate the exodus of Egypt, or we celebrate, the giving of the Torah. The Ari HaKadosh teaches us that as time goes by in the year, whenever we get back to that time, the same light, and we have to understand what this word light is. of the Creator that shone then as if shines now, because there's no time. It's not about time. We have to understand, like we said, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim v'et haaretz, v'aaretz et hatov v'vo v'choshech al pnei tehom, v'ruach Elohim merechefet al pnei hamayim, v'yomer Elohim yehi or, v'yehi or. This yehi or, the 25th word of creation, or, light, the 25th day of Chanukkah. The war that Am Yisrael had and is having with the Greeks, with this whole movement, we see that it's a war of light and darkness, where the Torah calls the Yavan Choshech, and Am Yisrael is Or. And the way we celebrate this event, that means that in the midst of this conflict, dialogue, war between the darkness and the light, between a culture that was aiming to dominate the world and force the world to adopt new ways that they invented, the Greek culture, and between a nation that says, no, we know there's a creator to the world. Why do the Greeks care about Shabbat? What do you care that there's a nation in Africa that one day a week takes off one day a week and eats kugel and eats cholent and kibbeh? What do you care about that? What does it bother you? What do you care about Rosh Chodesh? What do you care that there's a nation somewhere in Asia and Africa, a little tribe of people with weird sideburns and all kinds of weird minagim, that they look at the moon once a month and they says, holy moon, today it's a new month. And every year they decide, oh, now it's Rosh Chodesh. What do you care? A bunch of people decide what's time, what's not time. What's the difference what they do? What do you care what people do with their own bodies to do a Brit Milah? Why does that irk this great Greek system? Bereshit bara Elohim. Everyone knows the word Bereshit doesn't mean in the beginning. It means Bereshit, Bishvil Reshit. Borei Olam creates the world and he tells us, I'm creating the world for Reshit. What is Reshit? Reshit is Am Yisrael. It's as if the Pasuk says, Bishvil Yisrael bara Elohim et hashamayim v'et haaretz. Bereshit, Bishvil Reshit, because of Reshit, for Am Yisrael, everything is created. And Am Yisrael is the loyal ambassador and partner of the Borei Olam in this world, in the creation. The Creator creates a dimension where he's hidden, where the creation cannot find him. And to this creation, he creates a whole world. And he tells man, remember me, follow me, believe that I'm there, even though you can't see. Emunah, trust that nothing changed. Trust that I'm just as powerful as I always was. I'm the creator of the world. I always was, and I always will be. There never was or ever will be anything else but me. And even if you can't see it right now, when you look into the world, you see people have power, and it looks like things are going by nature. Believe, emunah, that nothing changed. This is how I'm choosing to run the world right now. This is the power that Am Yisrael has. And therefore, Am Yisrael, the Creator says, man, I'm putting you in a world. I'm going to give you free will. I'm going to give you access to the wrong, to the bad, to the evil, to the selfish. I'm going to teach you what's right. I'm going to give you instructions of light. I'm going to teach you how godliness behaves. I'm going to give you free will. In Am Yisrael, we look at the creator of the world and we say, Naaseh v'nishma, creator of the world, we believe you, we trust you. Our nation, once upon a time, all of us saw you. Now we can't see you. We just know you're true. We study your Torah. We feel you in our hearts. We pray to you. We communicate with you. We follow your ways. We know that we're not in this world to only feast on the pleasures of this world. In the eyes of the Greek culture, you're here in this world. Enjoy it. It's beautiful. It's delicious. It's enjoyable. We say, Olam hazeh is only a prosdor. It's only a pathway. It's only a hallway. At the end of the hallway is the traklin, the palace. We're not here for here. We didn't come here to be here. We came here to prepare ourselves to go somewhere so much deeper, so much more beautiful. And therefore, a Jew says, Creator of the world, I trust you that that's the case. And I'm not going to run after feasting of this only pleasures of this world. I'm going to do a brit milah like you tell me. I'm going to take the area of the body part of mine that could enjoy so much pleasure, and I'm going to follow your advice and your mitzvah, and I'm going to do what you said, because I'm not here for here. I trust that there's something deeper, bigger, that you first created Olam Haba, and then you put us into Olam Hazeh to get, to earn, to appreciate, to reach Olam Haba. But I know the main is Olam Haba, and therefore I'm able to give up Olam Hazeh for Olam Haba. A Greek can't see this. What are you talking about? Open your eyes. Sense the pleasure, the beauty of this world, of the physical world. You're sinning by not indulging in it as much as you can. How could you have a culture that's anti this world, saying that there's some kind of other world? No, it's this world. It's a war of ideology, of world against world. Shabbat. How could you stop from working? How could you stop from earning, from growing, from becoming, from gaining properties or money or value? Again, we tell them, because it's not about here. It's not about being big and rich and famous here. This is a place of becoming, of earning. This is not a place of building our ultimate place. And therefore, once a week, we stop everything we do from this world to remember that it's not about this world. We connect to a different world, to the ultimate, to the ideal, to where we want to be, to where we're going. Rosh Chodesh, the Sanhedrin get together and they say Mekudash. It's Rosh Chodesh. The Greek says, what are you talking about? You decide when you decide when the month starts or ends, when the year starts. There's astrology, there's astronomy. We are under astronomy. We're under astrology. Study the stars, look at the lines. You'll see what happens. You're under it. You can't manipulate the stars. You can't manipulate astrology and astronomy. And we say, no, that's not true. משנה איתי ומחליף את הזמנים, מסדר את הכוכבים במשמורותיהם, ברקיע כרצונו. ישראל מעל המזל, אין מזל לישראל. All the stars and planets and all the future that they're telling is all doing Ratzon Hashem. And if I pray to God and if I ask Borei Olam, please have mercy on me, please have mercy on my friend, please have mercy on the world, and change the Gzerah, then everything changes. Because we have a relationship with the Borei Olam that's bigger than this world, that's bigger than right now. And we put our life, we're able to not work, to do a Brit Milah, Because we remember that we're connected to somewhere so much higher, so much deeper. We're going somewhere so much more meaningful. And the Greeks are fighting this. They're saying, no, the light is this world, the physical beauty, it's here. Choshech, that's darkness. Therefore, we know that this Chanukkah and Purim are both Yamim Tovim that were added by Am Yisrael. There's Pesach, there's Shavuot and Sukkot. These are Yamim Tovim that are written in the Torah. Parallel to these three, there's another three Yamim Tovim, the Rabbanan, Chanukah, Purim, and the third one that we're waiting for, B'ezrat Hashem, B'kol B'yamenu, the coming of the Mashiach. That will be a tremendous, tremendous Yom Tov that Am Yisrael will celebrate forever and ever. Purim, everyone knows, the threat was physical. Haman wanted Lashmid, La'arog u'La'abed, to destroy Am Yisrael physically. And therefore, when the Kadosh Baruch Hu did the Nes of Purim, the victory is physical as well. And there's a Seudah, there's a feast, the Purim feast, where we drink, and it's a mitzvah. And that day, to have a Seudah. The war or the threat at the time of the Greeks was not physical, even though there was a lot of bloodshed over there, but the Greeks were looking to influence and modify as if, and it was a war of ideologies, of religion, and therefore the victory was a victory of light, and therefore the celebration is a celebration of light. We light the menorah. We light the menorah, and the halacha is that in every house we light the menorah. According to the halacha, it's good to put the menorah by the doorstep, but today in our day and age, especially living in buildings, you put the menorah in the house. Suma Nisa, which means advertising of the miracle. In this mitzvah of Chanukah, there's an added aspect of Suma Nisa, of adding advertisement, to advertise, to show the Nes of Hashem. Because we said that the Greeks worship nature and the beauty in nature, and Am Yisrael, we know and we say that nature, Teva, there's no such thing. En shum Teva ba'olam. There's no such thing as Teva, like the Ramban writes in the Sfarim HaKadoshim. The Teva, nature, is only the way that the Creator chooses to create the world. He chooses to create nature. He chooses to create things that go in a cyclical way. It looks like every morning the sun rises and it sets. The seasons come and go. Cause and effect of nature. The eco chain. It looks like everything runs and you can't see that there's a creator infusing it with life. Everything as if goes automatic. There's a system that it's called Teva. HaTeva, everyone knows what Shem Tov writes, is Gematria Elokim. Elokim is a name of Hashem that refers to a more external name. That means that he creates everything, but you can't as if see his revelation in the creation. El is, which means Borei Olam, God. It's one of the names of Hashem. Hem. It's the way the one God gives life to all the multiple. Hem means plural, all the plural aspects that exist in creation. So we know that there's no such thing as nature. That means that there's a way that the Creator creates, where he chooses to create everything in a cyclical way. We call it nature. He creates Teva. And there's a way that's Nes. So that means the Creator of the world wants there to be a world where he is hidden, where the world looks like it's going on its own. The cycles, the wheels, the sun, the moon, the seasons, everything goes. And this is a creation that he creates, and he wants it to be this way. And into this creation, he puts man. And man has to now remember that the nature that I see in front of my eyes is not nature. It's godly creation. The creator is choosing to create in a way that looks like nature. At the same time, the creator is creating miracles all the time. There are thousands and thousands of miracles that happen every day to Am Yisrael. Thousands, big ones and small ones, revealed ones and hidden ones, all the time. Like we say every day in Modim, V'nisecha shebechol yom imanu. Every day, every Jew stands in front of Hashem 3 times a day and thanks him for all the miracles that Hashem does for him. So when the Greeks are standing and they're screaming, there's only nature, worship nature, focus on the beauty in nature, maximize your involvement, your connection, your pleasure from nature. And we stand and scream, Am Yisrael says there's no nature, and because of the Val Teva, there's only Borei Olam and Od Milvado, there's only him. He creates nature, and he creates above nature all the time. And when he wants, he shows that the supernatural overpowers the natural. And the light of the supernatural shines into the world despite and overpowers the world of the nature. And this is connected to the Or HaGanuz, the hidden light. Everyone knows Yehi Or. When Borei Olam created the world, creates the world, Yehi Or, let there be light. It's not talking about the light that we see from the window, from the sun, from the... This Yehi Or, we know that in Kabbalah and Chassidut we learn over and over, the whole Torah is what's called the Or HaGanuz. The Or HaGanuz. What's the Or HaGanuz? Loosely translates as the hidden light. What does it mean, the hidden light? That means that the first light that Borei Olam creates is a world, it's a way of Borei Olam creating worlds, but you could see him, you could feel him. Everything is light. You feel the creator in the creation. There's no facade of nature. Every second you know the creation is being created by him, and he's in and you feel him. Unimaginable. This deep revelation of a Borei Olam said is not the time for it now. That means that I want to create the world darker, more physical. So this type of light was hidden. That means it's not used as if for the day-to-day. And the day-to-day, the creator works through the hidden system of Teva that he created. This Or HaGanuz, this revelation, this light of Borei Olam in the creation, we know that it shone for 36 hours till Motzei Shabbat, because Adam HaRishon, because of his sin, wasn't worthy of being in that light. Kadosh Baruch Hu took away this light. That means that he reveals himself now in a more hidden way. Adam HaRishon, before he sinned, had garments of Or, Aleph Vav Reish, garments of light. After he sins, he has Kutnot Or, Ayin Vav Reish, garments of skin. Or, Ayin Vav Reish is also the words Iver, which means blind. Imagine going from light to absolute blindness, from seeing the creator infusing creating in creation. You're seeing a creation that's alive with the energy and the life as if of the creator in it, or just seeing a creation where you see no creator, but you believe there's a creator creating it. This Oraganuz that shone for the first Shabbat, where Adam HaRishon was in Gan Eden, shone for 36 hours. Everyone knows that on Chanukkah, we light 36 candles. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. And everyone knows that these 36 Oraganuz also refers to the 36 Masechtot in Shas, the tractates in Shas, Torah Sheba'al Peh, which each Masechet is a light, is a revelation of the Borei Olam, of the Oraganuz. There's 36 of them. Everyone knows that every generation, the Gemara teaches us, the 36 hidden tzaddikim, every generation has 36 special deep neshamot. Neshamot that are like the Oraganuz, hidden deep lights in every generation. And everyone knows that on Chanukah, when we light these holy candles, we're not just commemorating history. Right now, Chanukah, the creator of the world is dealing with his world not through the way of nature. The same way at that time, he took a small group of people, rabbis, old Torah scholars, and he, with these few people that were committed to Borei Olam, and didn't look at numbers and didn't look at nature, didn't look at odds or statistics. They said, we're doing what's right because it's right, because there's a king to the world. No one can deny him because that's the truth. And they went ahead and they fought the entire Greek massive army. We don't understand what this means. A little group of 10 Jews fighting the Greek army. It's a joke. It's not even a joke. Took these mighty heroes, these mighty giants and warriors, destroyed them in front of these weak people. So many were beaten by so few. How? Because in the world of nature, of statistics, of course, 2 is more than 1. And of course, the Greek sophisticated armies that trained, of course, are better and stronger than the other armies. That's why they won them, conquered the world. That's in the world of nature. But there's no such thing as nature. Am Yisrael called out to Borei Olam, and Borei Olam said, I'm going to show my face to you. I'm going to behave with you guys, with the world, with the creation, through a supernatural way. It's going to totally disregard nature. And this attitude between creator and creation, where creator says, yes, I made nature, but right now I'm choosing to ignore nature and I'm going to shine my love and my light to my kids. The way I want, the way they want. Everything will melt. All of nature will melt. This didn't just happen then. We're not eating sufganiyot to remember that there was a Nes Chanukah. This is happening by Yamim Ahem, Bazman Hazeh. That means that we're tapping in, we're saying the same way in the by Yamim Ahem, Bazman Hazeh, in this time, when we called to you, Borei Olam, when there was no chance, when we were few, when we were weak, And there were so many and so strong. But we didn't care and we called for you. And at that time, you ignored all of nature and all probability and statistics, and you showed your might in the world and you destroyed these Rashaim. That means the Or Ganuz is shining. That means you're behaving with the world not to Teva. And when a Jew stands and connects to this in front of the Chanukkah candles and he says, please, Borei Olam, this is happening now. How many things do we need in our life as a nation, as a people, as a world, as private? But we don't go and ask for it because it doesn't make any sense. How could one person fight a million? Or me, small me, or me with my avirot and my distance and my confusion and my ADD and all my stuff. What could I do? You're so right. If there's nature, but there's no nature. There never was, there never will be. But during the year, that's where we put ourselves. But Chanukah, we stand in front of Borei Olam, we sing Borei Olam. So many victories that I need in my life. I'm so weak, I'm so small, I'm so few. Normally I can't ask anything from you. But now it's Chanukah. Now it's Chanukah. Now, this is how you're behaving with the world right now. You're shining the Or Ganuz. You're dealing with the world with the laws of miracles, and all the laws of nature are melting. So let me forget about everything that's natural, what makes sense and what's right, because it's not happening right now. Right now there's Nisim. And you should know, my friends, that really this is not only Chanukah, it's every Monday and every Tuesday, every minute of our life. And Chanukah is really the time that a person, especially standing by the Chanukah candles and learning and davening and asking Hashem to really see this, where a person could change their outlook forever and ever. A person could correct their vision forever and ever. Because that's the truth. Even though we say and we believe that there's no nature, but we so believe there is nature. That's what we see with our eyes and we feel with our senses. You should know Chanukah is a time to sense, to sense the supernatural, to know it, to believe it, to see it in our life, and to ask Borei Olam that our emunah in Him should be so real, that we should believe in Him so much, that everything is Him and there's no nature, there's no cause and effect, it's all His choice. It's time when you're sitting by the menorah, by the Chanukah candles. You know, my friends, so many things that we don't pray for. So many things that we don't pray for. And we don't pray for them, maybe for good reasons. Maybe we, things that we don't think that we're such tzaddikim, or things that don't make sense, or how is that going to work, or it's not. All these natural limitations that we gave ourselves in our mind, subtle voices and sub voices that we can't and we're weak. Chanukah, when you stand in front of your candles, remember there's no nature. And Teva, there's no nature, there's only Borei Olam. And the same thing, the same way Borei Olam showed it to his kids thousands of years ago. It's the same creator of the world. He didn't age. He's not weak. He's not on vacation. He's the same creator that creates the world, the same creator that gave the Torah. And we ask this creator, since it's this time that you're dealing with the world this way, please, please open up our eyes. Help us experience you in the supernatural. Help us experience that you're the only one, that you create nature. When you want the nest to overpower, the nest will overpower. This first half hour when the candles are lighting, we always speak about this every year, how good it is when a person could shut their cell phone and take half hour to be with your holy candles, to look at your holy candles. When this light of Chanukkah shines into the world, it destroys all the dark, all the evil. Everyone knows, like it says in Tzvat Chanukah, in the Pshat, it means that your candle should be burning till the last person's in the marketplace. But that result teaches us that the marketplace is referring to the dark worlds. The light of Chanukah has a power to eliminate all the dimensions till there's no regel in the shuk, till there's no one is in the shuk. That means that the light is everywhere. There's no place for the darkness. And you should know something, that even the neshamot that normally have difficulty being inspired, some neshamot are going through struggles, going through darkness, can't get inspired, they want to be inspired. Some neshamot come Shabbat, on Shabbat they could rest a little bit, they could feel something. But there's some neshamot that Shabbat comes, they feel nothing. Holy Sfarim HaKadoshim teach us the nefesh of a person, of a Jew. Nefesh is Rashi Tevot Ner Ptila Shemen. Nefesh Nun Pei Shin. 3 words, Ner, it's the vessel of the vessel. Ptila is the wick, and Shemen is the oil, a nefesh. That means that the nefesh of a Jew, of Am Yisrael, were put into this world, mamash like a candle. We're put into a physical world, and we're given a neshama, that this neshama could lighten up all the physicality. When everything's okay, the candle's shining, and the light is shining, and the world gets fixed, and everything is beautiful. What if everything's not okay? What if a person sins? What if a person is born with a sin? What if a person doesn't have pure oil? What if the wick is not a good wick? Because we know not all the wicks are good. You take a wick, you make it out of cotton, it's good. But if you take a wick, there's certain materials that the fire it can't stand on the wick. It jumps, it doesn't light, it makes smoke. There are certain fuels. If you use olive oil, then it makes a beautiful light. But you use kerosene, you use different things that make a bad smell, or the fire also flickers. And this is a sign to neshamot that their essence is contaminated by sin, it's crooked, by selfishness, by wrong behavior, by following their heart's desires. And that means that their oils and their wick are dirty or impure, and therefore the light can't stick with them. And the inspiration doesn't stay with them. Come Shabbat, and the neshama wants to, but the neshama can't rest with them. There's not a connection. These neshamot on Chanukkah, we know the Mishnah teaches us, kol haptilot v'kol hashmanim, all the types of oils, all the types of wicks that Chachamim teach us that we cannot use on Shabbat. Because Shabbat, we need to have beautiful light. You have to use oil and wicks that give off a nice light. But in Chanukah, since Chanukah is not the light that we're meant to use in this world, Shabbat, bring light into your home so you could have light, you could have beauty, you could have peace. Chanukah, we're not bringing light from this world. As a matter of fact, the light from the Chanukah candles is forbidden to use in this world. It's not light from this world. And light not from this world, any wick, Any candle, any flame, anyone could bring. That means that every neshama, even neshamot, that through their life, and maybe in this life or in the previous lives, I don't know what, that their wicks, that their oils were polluted and corrupted, and the light can't rest with them. And madlikim b'hem b'Shabbat. Shabbat comes, they're not inspired. B'Chanukkah madlikim b'hem on Chanukkah. The Or HaGanuz is a highlight, it's a hidden light, it's a deep light. Everyone gets high, everyone gets lit. And we know, that's how we know that the Midrash teaches us that the Shekhinah never went below 10 tfachim. That means that the Creator created 10 tfachim. The system of 10, a hidden system of 10. If he would be revealed in it, it wouldn't be hidden. So he never goes into his system of 10. Har Sinai, Moshe had to go up, and Hashem came down. They met by 10. Chanukah, Hashem says, you know, I want you to take my holy Or HaGanuz. I want you to open your door, go out of your house, put it in Rashut HaRabim, Lemata Ma'asara Tfachim, put it lower than 10 Tfachim. Put it on your left side. These three things symbolize, we know that Rashut HaYachid, a private domain, symbolizes the recognition, the emunah, that there's one, that everything is his, that he's only one. A person that's not connected to the unity of creator of the world, the things that there's many in this world, Rashut HaRabim. Take this light and light with it Rashut HaRabim. Go into the areas where people don't yet believe in the unity of Hashem. Light up those zones, light up those worlds, light up those areas. Go lemata ma'asara tfachim. Go low. Go everywhere. Because this is light, this is Or HaGanuz. This is not Ner Shabbat. This is not a regular light. This light could light everywhere. There's right and left. Right symbolizes chesed. People that go in the way of Hashem that get chesed. The left symbolizes gvura. Chas v'shalom, the rashaim. People that don't go, that need correction, that get from the left, pain and suffering. Go to the left. Go below 10. Go to Rashut HaRabim. The light of Chanukah could light up the whole world, could light up everyone. There's one more topic. It's very deep. I don't know if very deep meditation. That Ari HaKadosh teaches, Zohar HaKadosh brings down. You know, maybe we'll do it next week. It's very, very deep and it has letters, and maybe I'll prepare something for it. Let's leave that. Okay, my friends, we'll stop for now. Questions, if anyone has.
I have a question. Can I ask?
Who is that?
The Moshe Schwartzman.
Moy, shalom alechem.
Alechem shalom. Rav, יש לי שאלה. I have a question.
בבקשה.
What is it? I really want to hear the answer. What is it? Like, what's the knot that sends every, every it has existed, this type of thought, like the Greek philosophy and all the external glow. Why is it for us that it draw us? Why there is it's a desire in us so much towards that? What's the why is there like that's the one of the biggest battles, right? That we have inside of us. That type of in this time we can see with the secular world and the religious and it's a fight that it's in a way like the cities you can see it in all the events of Hanukkah. It's just like a expression. But I want to know why now that it's for me very difficult to understand, but people are drawn to that like almost in an idolater way. But but I don't know what's the main thing that it's in the battle there. Like what?
Moy, we say in Shabbat, we say in Shabbat in the Tefillah, one second, let me say Siddur here. The Shabbat is only given to Am Yisrael. גם במנוחתו לא ישכנו ערלים. הערל, a person that doesn't have a Brit Milah, a goy, doesn't have Shabbat. And we have to understand this, it's very deep, because Yaakov and Esav, that were fighting over two worlds, they were fighting over these two worlds, Olam Hazeh and Olam Haba. That means that Borei Olam created a main world, the primary world, that's Olam Haba. And the way to get to Olam Haba is to Olam Hazeh. So this is a fundamental argument that goes back to Yaakov and Esav. Where should one invest their resources, their power? What world should one enjoy? So it's obviously easier to enjoy now. The physical that we live in tells you live right now, enjoy life right now. Here, cash, you'll feel good. Do this action, you'll feel amazing. And the deeper, the higher part of you says, it's true that there's pleasure in the physical dimension, but if you follow those things, you're going to become impure and not worthy of fitting into the ultimate pleasure. And therefore, connect to the ultimate pleasure now and don't follow the immature pleasures of the body. This is, you're right, this is a deep struggle that exists in man. It's since the beginning of time, since the creation of man. And this is in a deep sense, this is the design that there should be such a struggle. And therefore, a person that chooses to be mature and to do what's right deserves what comes with that, because he chose it and he fought for it and he became it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, that's the deep. Listen, I always tell people, being religious, I call it being mature. One of the ways to define maturity, we said this many times, is the ability of a person to give up a short-term pleasure for a long-term goal. Right? A child can't do that. So sadly enough, we live in a culture that, yes, there are many people with white hair, or many people that are very rich and famous and old, and they have experience and wisdom and PhDs and all kinds of stuff, but they're babies. They're making immature baby decisions to follow their animal instinct, ignoring a culture that tells you, hello, there's a creator here. Society has experienced him thousands of years. He's creating everything, and he's telling you to just be a big boy and not follow, not follow your animal. Just control yourself a little bit so you can be worthy of something bigger.
Okay, okay. I read the message. I think.
You look good, Moy, over there, and all that corn.
I don't know. Let me see if I have signal now. Can you see me now?
Ah,
I cannot see myself. Do you see me?
I see you. I see you with that special hat.
Right.
All right. Any other questions, my friends? Anything about Chanukah? Anything that? Okay. So Chazaku Baruch. Thank you, everyone, and B'ezrat Hashem, we'll be in touch next week. We'll have another class. I want to do a meditation. Maybe next week we'll do it. Is everyone in this group now ready for a meditation? Because if yeah, I don't want to disappoint you.
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone's ready for meditation?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to do this meditation based on the Kedushat Levi. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berditchev. Okay. So I hope we'll be able to do this because this is a meditation. I'll give you some background and we'll just go into it. Ladlik ner Chanukah. We light the ner of Chanukah. We light the ner of Shabbat. Obviously, like we said, lighting this candle is bringing, it's inviting through action, through mitzvah, that hashgacha, that nes, that love that Borei Olam showed to his kids at that time, bazman hazeh, bringing it into our time, into our world, into our life, into the areas of our life that need miracles, into the areas of our life that according to nature, I don't see a solution, areas of life that are dark, that are confusing, that are painful. I want to bring this awareness, this thought, this truth that there's only Him. Everything that exists is all one. With His choice, He chooses to create the hidden dimension of nature, where He chooses to create me in that hidden dimension. And He gave me a neshama and a deep spiritual capacity to believe in Him and to know that He creates everything all the time. And when He wants and when He chooses, He behaves as He wishes, despite all laws of nature. And when I light this candle, I'm inviting into my life, into my consciousness, into my thought, into my behavior, into my world. I want to believe, to know, to see, to feel the truth the real truth of the one creator that creates nature. I want him to show today in our physical dimension his love and his miracles to his kids. This truth of the creator, we're going to call it the holy name Yud Ke Vav Ke. That means when the creator reveals his revelation to his kids, and that revelation, the name of that light of that relationship is in the letters Yud and the letter He and the letter Vav and the letter. The word Ner, which equivalent to 250, Nun is 50 and Resh is 200, is the gematria of three very holy names of Hashem, three unifications of Hashem's name. It's called in the Kabbalah the Yichud Ner, the unification of Ner. The whole creation, which is called Yesh. Yesh means it's matter, it exists, it's a something. Yesh me'ayin. The whole dimension of Yesh is born from a dimension called Ayin. Ayin, which loosely translates as nothingness or nothing. It's not, it's a revelation of the creator that's so hidden that to us it's called nothing because it doesn't reveal anything to us. It's such a high revelation of the creator, but to the creation doesn't reveal anything. And that creation gives birth to another creation called Yesh. And in the Yesh, we already can understand it. So the whole creation, the whole teva, the whole nature is constantly being created Yesh me'ayin. Every second, the creator is willing into existence, everything that exists. So easy to feel when you just remember yourself and how you're breathing, realizing that every minute, every second, every breath is life that the creator is giving us and creating us. And the same way creating everything that exists. Yesh me'ayin. He first creates ayin, he creates everything in a way that can't be understood, and then from that he creates it into matter. When a person looks at candles, at fire, fire is very easy to feel that it's always being created. You see it. When a person sees a rock, it looks like it's a standalone being, but a flame of fire, you see it's always getting source, it's alive. And this is to see and to remember that creation is always alive, always being created just like a flame. And when a person remembers that there's only one creator that's creating everything all the time, and he creates matter and he creates nature, that means that a person with his eye, the eye of their mind, is able to see two things. They're able to see nature, and they're able to know and see that all of nature is really a creation that the creator is choosing to create in the way of nature. then they unify the nature with the above nature in the eye of their mind. And therefore, in their mind, there's no difference if it's nature or a miracle, because it's all creation. He creates the natural system and the miraculous system. There's names of Hashem that I can't learn with you now because you don't have them in front of you, and we're doing more the inside of the meditation. That a person should aim on Chanukkah to look at the candle till they really, really believe that nature and above nature is really the same, that there's only Him, that He's creating everything all the time. These I want to finish with one thing. You look at the Sfarim HaKadoshim, they're so full of talking about Chanukah. We touched today on the tip. There's so much on Chanukah. And you know that tzaddikim, many of them, when they lit the candles of Chanukah, merited unbelievable revelations. There were tzaddikim that spent hours and hours preparing and lighting the candles of Chanukah, going to the mikveh before and preparing. But you know, I think there's a level that's higher than all that. There's a level of today, 2020, of people that do the mitzvah because Hashem said to do it. They feel nothing. They know nothing. They don't see nothing. They say, Borei Olam, I'm doing the mitzvah because I trust you and I love you and I believe in you. And that, in a certain sense, is the deepest mitzvah of emunah. It's the deepest fulfillment of the mitzvah. Especially the mitzvah of Chanukah, which symbolizes the war, like you said. We're still in this war today, where the world is pursuing immature physical pursuits, pleasures of just pleasure, babies, kids. What's the difference between a kid today and an adult? Nothing. The kid has a little toy and the adult has big toys. And the richer has bigger toys and different toys. Just, who are you? What have you become? What's your personality? What are you meeting your creator with tomorrow? What did you make of yourself? No one wants to think of mature thinking, just immature. So we're in this battle very strong. With family members, with spouses, with brothers, with sisters. It's a very strong time on Chanukah to really sit by the candles and ask Borei Olam to light up His world, to light up the hearts of His creation, light up our hearts, shine into our hearts, into our minds, maturity, vision, the ability to see beyond my ego and my pleasures, to see something bigger, to feel, to smell the plan, the master plan. Open up the eyes of our brothers, of our sisters, of our friends. And in this time when it's so dark, to do the mitzvah just because Hashem said to do it, that's the highest level of the mitzvah. Because Borei Olam, we trust you, we love you, we believe in you. And even if we feel nothing, we're going to do the mitzvah because you said. And that itself is the victory of Chanukah. That we're standing 2,000 years after the Churban and we have emunah. You're sitting in Mexico on some farm and you're going to light a little candle in the window. It's not a little candle. This is a mission statement that Am Yisrael Chai, that we believe in Borei Olam that creates nature and supernature. We're not scared of nothing and no one, because there's nothing else, there's no one else, there's only Him and Od Milvado. Yiratzon, my friends, that even before Chanukkah, we should see Nisim, we should see miracles of Hashem in this world, bringing together the brothers and sisters, all the broken hearts, to such a long galut, to bring us together to Eretz Yisrael, to send us a leader that will hug us, that will kiss us, that will heal us, that will resolve all the conflicts between everyone, bring us to peace between us and each other, between us and Him, bring Shalom al Yisrael and Geula Shlema. Keni Ratzon. Achaim, Achaim, my friends.
Amen. Thank you, Rav. That was beautiful.
Bochim to you.
תודה רבה.